How y'all feeling? How's everyone doing tonight? All right. So I'm gonna try to fit all this in 5 minutes. So connecting communities to build nations. That's my name, Mubarak Lawrence, at Law. Hashtags. Anybody in the social media world wants to tag me. But I really wanted to give you guys a glimpse of the black male narrative of today. And I first want to start with the foundation of being from Newark, New Jersey originally. There's this idea of grit. When we look at successful people, we look at the firmness of their mind, their ability to adapt, overcome hardships. And in Newark, New Jersey, growing up in an impoverished community, being in multiple schools, raised by a single mom, I had experienced so many transformations in myself as well as in my community. But it all wasn't good. It all wasn't positive. And it all led to me now being what I do today. Now, this slide actually switched, but it's this idea of life after death. What is this legacy that you want to live? We always are trying to learn how to live, right? Do the right things while we're alive, but what will we be remembered for when we die? And I started to think more and more of that and creating my new normal. Now I work with a lot of young men and women of impoverished communities, and I always ask them, what do you want to be remembered for? I, myself, was raised in a single family home. My father and mother split. I actually went to the suburbs of Philadelphia for Radnor High School with the A Better Chance program. And there's a quote, he did good at those white man's schools unlike his brother. I was different than my peers because I gravitated to academics and education. It wasn't that they were less of than me, it was that we were provided different opportunities. We were provided different privileges being from the same community, given the same variables. And I started to think, how can we challenge and closing the skills gap? And then I started embracing and protecting my vision. Because on a rocky ship, which I was on in this picture, I was actually feeling seasick and I was grabbing on for dear life. We want to protect these visions and these things we are passionate about. These things that, one, challenge our intellect and our survival. In our society, we think that people who are impoverished and overcoming certain struggles are less intelligent than ourselves. Well, and actually the contrary. When survival, you have to be able to find your passion, because once passion runs out, once talent runs out, passion is the only thing that will fuel that fire. So in the work that I've done, and you see in a lot of the slideshows, I've spoken on the many panels, I've actually been able to create a passion with a purpose, right? Because passion without purpose is just a hobby. And I tell my kids that all the time. What do you want to do? You'd be surprised how many people cannot answer that question when you ask them what do they want to do. And now this is the healing component. Because in the society of America, we are a traumatized society. From the moment you step into the first grade and you learn about pilgrims and Indians and slavery to the mass shootings of today, we are all traumatized. What is that healing component that will help us thrive in spite of all of the differences that we have today? And one of these things I say is love. Love for yourself, love for your common man, love for each other. I found this love through the work that I've done in the community with my colleague here, Alex P.A., who actually was an Ignite Philly speaker. We have created these things where our organization, Rising Suns One's Up, creates economic mobility for diverse communities. And not only of that, we're providing workforce development training to young 18 to 35-year-olds so that they can contribute to their community. And this thing of community investment funds, where we can actually make money the same way the stock market makes money off of corporations, off of our communities. And this idea of, here I put, must unite love against war. Obviously that's a play on my name, but we have all of the reasons to not love one another, not be connected, not buy into each other's and empathize with each other's stories. But that is what's keeping us separate. That is what's keeping the resources and the privilege fragmented in our communities. Where I came from in Newark, New Jersey, to where I went to the suburbs in Radnor, Pennsylvania, to now, today, where I've gone to Columbia. I now actually go back to my high school and do diversity and inclusion trainings with the youth. And then also being honored by City Year and some of these national organizations. What I've realized is that we are the most important character in our story. And we are the bond between communities. You can own the story and the narrative that you put out there. And really quick, I want to end with this. Everyone, just put flipped one finger in the air just now. And now this one finger, as you can see, onesup.org is now the organization we push because we understand that everyone in here is the main character to their story. And in order to understand how we can change the world, you must understand first what is self and how you can inflict change and positivity in the world. And if you see, everyone in here is rising by themselves, but together we rise as one. One's up. Thank you.